playing is Life is Strange Reunion.
You're on a story kick right now, Stoy.
I am. I think, yeah, I felt like, what was it? I beat Resident Evil 9 and I was like up here and I was like, okay, let's bring it back down. Let's play some stuff completely opposite. I started playing Ninja Gaiden 4 again, but I've talked about that before in the past. And then it's like Life is Strange Reunion came in the mail last week. And that's it's kind of bittersweet because the story is kind of circling back around because now Chloe's back in the game. And that's not a spoiler. She's right on the cover of the game. So
yeah, no, they kind of explained a little bit, like in previews, like how she is around regardless of whether or not she, regardless of what happened in the first game.
Yeah, and the game starts out where you can make specific choices based on last parts of the game. So, like, obviously, at the end of the first game, did you choose to save the town or did you choose to save Chloe? Or to destroy the town, so to speak?
Yeah.
Or did you, and then like who you romanced, and just like 5 decisions that would change the story of this game in particular. And it was a lot more changes or story changes from the previous game, which is double exposure.
Yeah.
Where they introduced the the different timeline thing, but which I think is kind of bleeding over into this game, which can kind of maybe explain a little bit of how Chloe is present.
Yep. That's kind of how I've heard this it's because of what the disaster that happens in the beginning of this one leads to the bleed of the timelines. If I remember, I don't know.
Yep.
Timelines are hard, man.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, there's a major event that happens at the beginning. And you know how Max always said, I don't want to use my powers. I don't want to go back in time and fuck things up. And of course, what does she do? She goes back in time and fucks things up. And then she's like, damn it, why do I keep doing this to myself? And then it's like one of her friends knows about her powers. So he's trying to...
Is it Moses?
It's Moses, yeah. So
I love Moses.
Moses is like, dude, his aura is changed in this game.
Good or bad?
Good. He's a lot more confident.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Must be because you set him up with that D&D chick, in the last one.
Oh, did you set him up?
I set him up.
Okay,
I'm like, hey, you should hang out with this D&D chick.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think he's found a little bit of confidence, and he's got like kind of like this aura about him now too, where it's like, okay, like he's comfortable in his own skin. He knows what he's doing now, not only in his field, but also like being a good friend to Max. So yeah, like there's an interesting scene because like Max is kind of like retraining her powers again. So he's like testing her. He's like, okay, do this. Okay, do that. And it's like, cool. You can kind of, it's a way that the narrative is teaching you how to use her powers, which is it's really cool mechanic. I always like it when games like, we're going to throw a tutorial mission in here, but we're going to do it in a way that narratively makes sense. I love it when games do that, when they nail it. But yeah, so I would say I'm like a few hours in. I put in a lot of time in it over the weekend, and it's just I'm like, my brain's going in circles. I'm like, Max fucked something up. This is all her fault again, and I don't know how she's gonna fix it.
I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It is considered the finale.
Yeah, it is, and I think they're making a TV show.